What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. I am DJ, aka Token Black Guy, in there for the first time. Hit that like button, subscribe button. We're over that 700 mark. We're on the road to 1K. So I appreciate every single one of you. As you can tell from my man down here, Mr. Eric Voss, we're about to do a breakdown or something. But I heard this rumor started over last weekend, and I guess it got confirmed the past 2 days. But apparently, there's more than one version of Across the Spiderverse in theaters. And I started hearing some rumors about it over the weekend, and then I saw an article where the director said, "Oh yeah, I was wondering if people are going to notice that." So as far as we know, I think people are saying there's at least two versions of the Spider-Verse, Across Spider-Verse, but the differences are very subtle. Apparently, like maybe a word change here, or something like a font, or someone says something differently or does something. It's not like a whole scene is different. It's like little tiny subtle details. So, and I think that's gonna make people want to go back more and more to watch it to figure out which versions are what and find the details. But the guys that knew Rockstar probably done broken down and everything for us. So let's check it out. And I'm sorry if my mic is real loud because everything got reset on my computer, so I'm trying to get all the volume stuff reset. So I'm a little loud and distorted. I apologize. But here we go.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is confirmed to be showing two different versions circulating throughout movie theaters. At first, we heard of a new version of the film being sent out just for audio issues, but now I just saw the movie again a few days ago and noticed a few big differences.
I've seen it twice.
Associate editor Andy Leviton confirmed that there are actually at least two different versions of Spider-Verse with different jokes, different dialogue, and people are just seeing different jokes, versions of it in the theaters right now. I suppose it's so cool. Of A and B testing of jokes, like when
it's kind of like having a Spider-Verse within a Spider-Verse, like a multiverse within our own world with different movies. So what variant are you watching?
The movie Clue released in 1985 with one of 3 different alternate endings, which is a marketing gimmick that failed. So on the home release and the TV airings, they merged all 3 together into 3 back-to-back-to-back alternate endings. These Across the Spider-Verse alternate cuts don't appear to be any kind of marketing gimmick, but rather either updates that the animators made in the days after the film's initial release, or just an inside joke among the film's production. So I am going to break down all the changes between these 2 different
Break it down for me, Mr. Eric Voss. Break it down.
Please subscribe to all 3 channels in the New Rockstars Network. This channel for Easter egg breakdowns, the break room for our instant reactions and after shows, and the deep dive for special film analyses from me. And please support us with a Miles Morales Multiverse Dive shirt, which you can get at nerdriot.shop.
That one looks pretty tight. I like that.
Movie, when Miguel is fighting the Vulture, his AI assistant Lila pops up asking if he wants her to call for backup. He resists at first, but then he caves, and then she says she already did. In version A, Lila says, "But I enjoyed that," and she extends a fist bump. But in version B, Lila says, "But I enjoyed that," and she takes a selfie with Miguel with a bunny rabbit filter over his face. Maybe they changed it because for Lila to be able to take a selfie with Miguel, logically she'd have to have some kind of camera function in her floating AI projection to record his face, or really maybe they just didn't want to make too much of a mockery of the villain in this opening scene. Next difference also comes up in the scene. In version A, there's a big lead up to Miguel retracting his mask, showing his vampire fangs, those fangs reflecting in Vulture's eyes, Vulture screaming in fear, and then the helicopter interrupts Miguel, so he holds back on biting. But in version B, we don't see any of that buildup, just Miguel about to bite the Vulture, and then the helicopter shows up. Maybe the change was made because this film doesn't really explore Miguel's animalistic side, and in the re-edit, they didn't want to set it up as much.
But
Gwen and Miles do call him a vampire later when swinging around the city. Okay, next, when Jeff Morales chases after his son, Miles, fighting the Spot in the street, Jeff gets pulled into the portal as well. In version A, Jeff reacts in close-up for just a few frames, but in version B, there's a slightly longer beat where Jeff groans and he kind of looks around. So this version keeps us in Jeff's point of view a bit longer to set up the great beat when Jeff needs to make a leap of faith into the portal and he just chickens out and runs down the stairs just like his son did in the 2018 film. Later, when Gwen goes to Jonathan Owen's apartment to digitally reconstruct the moment he built a mini collider to produce dark matter, before sticking his finger in the dark matter, the Spot says it should work or vaporize me and everybody in this building. And in version A, he ends up by saying, what the heck? But in version B, he ends up by saying, which would not be good. I think this is a significant change because in one version, the Spot is completely carefree about who he hurts in his pursuit. But in the other, he recognizes the recklessness of his behavior and he expresses at least a small amount of concern that he might hurt other people. I think the Spot's going to be revealed as more.
It's kind of interesting, like, it's a line or two, but it does kind of change the dynamic of a scene or a character, that one little line. So it's kind of interesting to see. I hope when it comes out on Blu-ray, it has both versions, like A and B versions. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how it plays out different.
Sympathetic redemptive figure in the next film, and I think that's why they made this change. Okay, next, when Miles meets Pravitra Prabhakar in Earth 50101, when Pravitra corrects Miles over chai tea, in version A, Pravitra says, "Would I ask you for a coffee with room for cream?" And Miles responds, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry." And he drops his head in shame. But in version B, Miles responds, "I'm sorry, man." A bit more defensively. It's a subtle distinction.
I think I've seen version B of that one.
Would, as a teenager accustomed to correcting people over things like ATM machine, would push back just a bit against someone who's been a Spider-Man not as long as he has. Okay, next, when Hobie crashes Miles' move at the Mumbattan Alchemax, in version A, Miles pops his head out from behind the computer terminal asking, "Hobie?" And there's no text over his head or anything. But in version B, they do add a little Hobie above Miles' head. Now before, maybe they felt Hobie Brown smashing text in his intro was enough of an introduction. But some common feedback is that many folks outside the UK could not understand what the hell Hobie was saying, or even really what his name was, because the letters flash on screen, popping off.
I guess because I watch a lot of British shows and listen to a lot of British rap and everything, especially like the grind scene. I understand British dialogue a lot more, so I really enjoyed Hobie in this movie, but that's just
it with cutout newspaper text. So maybe now, for all of us babies out there, they precede it with a clarification, a little baby Miles. Hobie? Okay, next, as the Mumbattan crisis comes to an end and Miles is swooped in to save Inspector Singh and that little kid on the bridge, all of them get caught under rubble. But in version A, Gwen rushes over frantically grasping, Miles, no, please no, come on. And then, thankfully she finds him with the kid still alive. But in version B, they, for whatever reason, removed all of Haley Steinfeld's lines here. She just kind of stays silent as she lifts the rubble. Now, I'm not sure why they changed this. One version makes Gwen more likable, worried she's about to lose another friend like she lost her Earth 65 Peter. But after the change, you could say it does set up Miles later feeling betrayed that Gwen wasn't really trying to save him. She was just trying to prevent a canon event from being disrupted. Next, they head to the Spider Society, and when Malala Windsor asks, "Anybody spot the spot?" And Jessica Drew responds, "Very funny. Anybody else got jokes?" In version A, every nearby spider person comes in with a yellow text box with a pun. But in version B, the text boxes are colored blue. Why? Well, yellow has always been the text box color for Miles in her monologue in this movie and in the 2018 movie. Coloring these blue makes Miles feel like more of an alienated outsider. Like he's not in on the joke with all of them.
Different.
It's not what's inside his head. It's what all of them are saying. Okay, there's another change with Ben Reilly. When they're all chasing Miles outside the Spider Society building, in version A, Ben says, "This is called a sleeper hold. I'm using my bicep to constrict your..." And then Miles zaps everyone off him. But in version B, Ben says, "I've got you trapped in my well-defined musculature, so don't even..." And then he gets cut off there. The new line draws even greater attention to the insane vein that pops out of Ben's bicep in the way that 90s Marvel comics were often drawn. Also, considering how mean everyone is to Miles in this movie, maybe we also just don't need Ben Reilly cutting off oxygen to his brain. Now, some say they might have cut Miles saying, "Sorry man, I'm going home," as he zaps Miguel on the train, but I confirmed he does actually say that line in both versions. But I want to know from you, do you think these changes were necessary? Did the animators just do this to Mandela affect us in a multiverse? Support us with a Miles Morales multiverse dive shirt at nerdriot.shop. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EAVoss. Follow New Rockstars and subscribe to New Rockstars for more analysis of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.
That was interesting. Like I said, I think it's interesting that they have different versions of the movie, and that like little different subtle things can change a whole scene, and stuff. And it's cool because like they're dealing with multiverses. Say that 10 times fast. And so it's kind of like we have our own little in our world multiverse variant of the Spider-Verse. So it's pretty cool, pretty little Easter eggs and everything fun. Maybe they did it for fun. Maybe just they did it, put in some improvements. Either way, I think it's pretty cool. I hope on a DVD or a Blu-ray when it comes out that it has both versions. It'd be cool to kind of compare them, back to back or whatever. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Still, movies back in the one in the box office. The movie going to win an Oscar. It deserves an Oscar. Right now, to me, it's the movie of the year, and it's the movie of the year to beat. But yeah, the next time, guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.